Hi, this is Mark Middlebrooks, back with another quick video. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about something that is a proactive measure that can be taken to make sure that transactions are closing a little bit more efficiently. The topic today is CO2 detectors. Now, per modern underwriting guidelines, CO2 detectors and the documentation of CO2 detectors must be present in loan files before the loans can close. So appraisers, when they go out to the property, they may or may not make note of these in any way, shape, or form. Maybe sometimes they'll make note that there was an absence of CO2 detectors. Maybe sometimes they'll make a note that there were actually CO2 detectors installed. Sometimes maybe they won't make a note either way. They won't say whether or not there were CO2 detectors or not in the property. Since about 2010, your lenders are not really supposed to have correspondence with those appraisers. So it's very hard for us as the lenders to kind of head that off for the agents and for our buyers. So the precautionary and proactive measure that can be taken is maybe if you're a listing agent, when you go take on that listing, put some CO2 detectors in the property if they're not present already. And then maybe take some pictures of those CO2 detectors along with a little note that says there's CO2 detectors in this particular property. Get those over to the selling or buyer's agent when you get mutual. And also on the buyer's side, maybe you're out looking at properties with your buyers and you drop an offer, get mutual acceptance on one, and when you go through for the inspection, if there are CO2 detectors, take some pictures of those detectors and put a little note in the file. Get that over to your lender. And if there are not CO2 detectors in the property, maybe you want to keep a few of those in your trunk. Go ahead and put them up. Take some pictures of them. They're about 20 bucks a piece. And that's a really good way to head this off down the path in underwriting. Now, it's obviously not a really big deal. This is not something that's going to kill a transaction. Putting CO2 detectors in and documenting that they're in the property is, obviously not a huge thing. But it can kind of slow a transaction down, and it also just can be a little bit of a pain for whichever party it is that's going to take care of that when the underwriter calls it out. So I hope you found this information helpful, and I will see you soon.